What's up, people? This is William Jones doing videos about leaving religion. The videos are designed to make you think. Start using your brains. Start using your logic. Start thinking about the things you were trained from a child to believe that had no evidence and no proof behind them. Just think about these things. Now, this topic here is sort of different because I know I went through it, and I'm going to see who else might have went through it. I'm just trying to say things, certain things touch different people, so I'm just putting it out there because when you leave religion, you have to get a whole new support system because everybody you're dealing with is a Christian, and they're going to condemn you for leaving the Lord Jesus Christ. All right? So I remember, let me say first what this is about. When I was awakening to the truth, and I have 5 children. And when I say children, I don't mean young children. At the time, they were in their late teens, early 20s. And I got a set of twins in there. One of them 11 months from the other one. So that's why it's, it's 4 years, 8 months from the oldest to the youngest. Boom, they're all there together. But I trained them in Christianity all their life. Now here I am coming out of it, and what do I live the lie, or do I tell my children the truth? And this was a dilemma I was faced with when coming out of religion. So for me, this is my story. I know you all have your own stories as well. And I'm going to try to keep it flowing, whatever, because, time is of the essence. You got stuff to do. So I had one of my children call me, matter of fact, my youngest. And she asked me, "Daddy, is our religion fake?" Because I had one of my friends that said our religion is fake. Now, I couldn't totally answer it at that point because I was just discovering for myself that it was fake. But before I could totally, could solidly say, yeah, it's fake, I wasn't sure yet. So I said, let me get back to you. And I wasn't sure. See, because your kids are dealing with kids in college and wherever else who either didn't ever believe this stuff or they saw through it. And the young people see it. Now, at the time, I was about, 44? So I was pretty much at the shutoff point, the safe shutoff point where you're about to be locked into this for life and you're just discovering, so let's go ahead and get out of this mess. But I wasn't sure yet, so let me get back to you. One of my other daughters, I talked to her. I got 3 daughters, 2 sons. So one of my other daughters, I talked to her, and she's a twin. And we was talking about it a little bit, and she was like, well, such and such, she talks about this all the time. And I'm like, hold up. So I'm just finding out, and they already up on it. Really? So I called the other twin, like, yo, if you was up on this, why didn't you let me know? And which was kind of stupid because I was so deep into it. Why would she tell me? Because I would just suck her back in. That's all I would have done was sucked her back in. Like that's the devil, get back in it. So I understand that now. I would have sucked her back in. But we kind of, we got to build and chat and whatever. And I'm like, I'm seeing it's not what I thought it was. So after I kind of got to the point where you finally say, and for y'all, I'm about to disclaimer. I'm about to say a cuss word. So when you finally wake up from religion, more than likely, this is what you're gonna say. This is bullshit. And now, when I said that, boom, that's the cutoff. When somebody says that, they have just their mind has just click to understand this is not real. I've just been taught this. And it's not what I thought it was. At that point, when my kids came to me, I began to tell them what I learned because I knew the Bible. Now when I was learning outside the Bible, I started to see what was in the Bible wasn't what it was. And for those of you who have been deeper, or let's say out of religion, and also researching religion, you understand that the story that's being told is not the story. The story that's being told is actually behind the story. The story is telling another story. It's not real. It's just like if Jesus told a parable. You heard the parable, but the parable did not mean what it meant. The parable meant something else. If you talk about the little boy that cried wolf, you know, and whatever, you don't need to know his name or the name of the people that came to see what he was talking about, or the wolf, what type of wolf came when he was crying wolf. You don't need to know that. What's the meaning behind the story that was being told? And that's what happened with the Bible, is you realize that Jesus said stuff in parables, but you couldn't look at the parable, you look at the meaning behind it. It wasn't real. And then you look at Jesus, he isn't real. All of that stuff, it's not real. What's the meaning behind the story? So we took a story that was meant to be a story to explain astrology, and then we made it real. Look at the Sphinx, which is a Greek word. Look at the Sphinx, and we see that the Sphinx has the head of a pharaoh now. It originally was believed to be the head of a woman, because if you Google or look at a shot of the Sphinx from up high, you will see that the head is not proportional to the body of the Sphinx, which means someone took the original head and chiseled it down and made it smaller. Now it's like Beetlejuice. It doesn't fit the size of the body. So the head is the head of a pharaoh, which was believed by historians to be the head of a woman, and the body is the body of a lion. And in astrology, the sun starts in the constellation Virgo. Virgo is the virgin. Virgo, the virgin. So the sun starts in Virgo, or the sun is born of a virgin. The sun is born of a virgin. And if you go through the constellations from Virgo, which is going to be around, because it's going to be around about September, late August, early September, and you come back around, the last constellation is going to be Leo, which is going to be late July, early August. Then you get the Lion of Judah. So you got the constellation right there in the Sphinx. The sun born of a virgin and becomes the Lion of Judah. It's all astrological. So the story that's being told about, oh, you're going to have a son and name him this and that and the third, and then he's 12 years old, he's in the temple. The temple. They call the atmosphere the temple. And he was 12 years old, right? What's the middle of the day? 12 p.m. When is the sun the highest, the most high? At 12. The most high at 12. That's why there's no more to that story about Jesus being in the temple. Because the point of it was, the sun was in the temple. The Most High at 12 o'clock. Excuse me. So what I'm saying is, how were y'all when you, did you all tell your children when you found out? Or were they too old to listen to you and went on their own? Or when they were young, did you direct them into the truth and lead them out? I'm just saying, this is something for the comments, actually, because the video is done. So y'all can leave your comments or whatever. I don't block the comments or whatever. So let's just see what y'all say. I told my kids, at this point, pretty much, none of my kids really believe it. I mean, a couple of them are really adamant, like, I'm done with it. Some of them guessed it. But all in all, they know if Daddy didn't follow it, and as deep as I was in it, because I said everything was the devil. I was that type. That's the devil. You got the eye of horror. That's the devil. That's the devil. Beyonce did what? That's the devil. That's the devil. Everything was the devil. I was that deep. I wouldn't even eat these. I just, matter of fact, this last week, ate some voodoo chips. Because I refused to eat voodoo chips because it said voodoo. You want me to eat the devil? You want me to eat the evil? I refuse to do that. There's some good chips. There's some really good chips. So I was missing out some chips over some mythology. So what I'm saying is, y'all leave your comments, whatever. And I'm gonna close this video. I'm out. Peace.